This is arguably the most sought after stainless steel Rolex model on the market. It has more than tripled its value in some markets, but not all. That's exactly what we're getting into today. So the watch you see is the 116500 LN with the black dial, the Rolex Ceramic Daytona, the current one. And I've got to thank Ken Watches for letting me spend time with it and film it. They're a watch store in Hong Kong, and as a courtesy, I'd like you to check them out at kenwatches.com or see their Instagram for real-time pricing on these watches, because it does change literally every day. Now, of course, the white Daytona is the one that commands the top dollar. In some cases, they go for more than 40,000 US dollars. Now that's a lot for a watch that retailed at 13,500. But the black one is my choice. It's the one I would pick. I think it's a bit more sophisticated than the white one, although that might just be because I want to pick the path less traveled. But let's not get frosty, and let's recall the specifications, because this video on a watch would seem incomplete. Well, at least it feels incomplete to me without at least stating some of them. Now, the Daytona has got a 40mm case. It's 48mm from lug to lug. It's got a thickness of about 12mm, 12.2 or so. And it's got the Rolex caliber 4130, which has 72 hours of power reserve. There's actually a detailed objective review of this watch on the channel, and you can see it in the description below that subscribe button. If your subscribe button reads the past tense, then you're a man of action, and thanks. So now to the question, where are the Daytonas cheaper? Well, currently in Hong Kong. So I'm going to try to explain this and why this is the case. So the three major markets are America, Europe, and Asia. But that's very broad. Now, if we take a closer look, let's examine the US, UK, Germany, and Hong Kong. So I'm going to use US, UK, Germany, and Hong Kong as points of reference. Chrono 24 is the worldwide watch market, but it's also referred to as having the top pricing for every watch, and in some cases unrealistic pricing. Now that is partly true, but it doesn't apply to every watch on there. There's a huge volume of sales that go through Chrono 24, so it is a huge deciding factor in setting the values of these pieces. So in order to determine the real accuracy of Chrono 24, let's also take a look at the other dealer sources. So let's examine Watchbox, The Timepiece Gentleman, Luxury Bazaar, Watchfinder, Pride and Pinion, Chronext, Chrono 24, and Ken Watches in Hong Kong, because I'm in contact with them. This overall spread should certainly be useful in determining the average price to some degree of accuracy. So now let's dive right in, and let's start with Watchbox. Let's see what they have their Daytonas listed at. So keep in mind we're only taking a look at the 116500 LN series of Daytona, and there we have a white dial version at 37,450, 37,500. Well, it appears that's without tax, so it's probably a little bit over 38 after the tax. And this is a pre-owned watch, so this is not new, and they're not willing to tell us exactly which year this is from either. I guess you'd have to inquire that specifically. Although taking a look at one of the pictures, you can see that the card is new. I don't know if this pictures are placeholders for the watch, or this is the exact watch that will be shipped out to you, because it seems kind of vague with their specifications. So that's a little bit unclear. So now, looking for more pieces, there's just, there isn't any other 116500 LN at the moment. This piece is so sought after. Well, both of these are so sought after, it makes sense that they don't have too many in stock. It's also kind of hilarious how they have a wait list for the black dial version, because typically you get on the Rolex wait list at the AD and then you come here to actually get your watch, but that's not the case. Now on to Avi & Co. They are known to have some of the most exclusive pieces for extraordinary prices. So hopefully they do have some Daytonas in stock. So once again, pre-owned Daytonas are the theme here. And this one, the 116500 black dial at just over 36,000 US dollars. I don't know if that includes the local state tax. I'm assuming it doesn't, but as you just saw, this is a 2019 piece going for 36,000, and it's the black dial. So, well, on paper, less desirable, but going for solid money still. Now let's see if they've got any other newer pieces or the white dial and what that's at. So here we have another black dial, but I think this one's brand new. And yes, it is basically brand new. It's 2021. So it is commanding a higher price of over 38,000 US dollars. Now that's cream of the crop pricing for this watch. I didn't even think that this particular Daytona would be available at over 36, even new. So now we're onto the timepiece, gentlemen, and we've got this black Daytona again. This is May 2021, so this is as new as it gets, pretty much, if you don't really go into the weeds about the specific date. But here already we're seeing much better prices. So this is not the complete set. I think it's just with the box, and it's at 32,000 US dollars. So much cheaper than Avi & Co. But yeah, I guess it really depends on which dealer you go through. And this seems to be relatively reasonable compared to everything else we've seen. Now, looking for other Daytonas, I want to see if they have something more expensive. And there we have it, 34,000 US dollars for the same black ceramic Daytona. So yeah, $2,000 more in comparison to the previous piece, even though they're the same month, because this is a complete set. And that's still really reasonable compared to what we just saw at Avi & Co. So yeah, it goes to show the same thing. Depends on the dealer you buy from. But I still need to find a white dial, because that's the one that brings in the maximum amount of money. So I want to see if that's pretty close to the rest of the market with the timepiece, gentlemen. And there we go, a white dial. So this is pre-owned, unfortunately, but it's still useful in getting some sense of the price. 2020 piece, September. And yep, wow, this is a lot more. 38,000 US dollars, despite it being pre-owned and not even this same year. So yeah, I guess the white dial Daytona really will fetch a similar amount across the board. Now onto Luxury Bazaar, and we've got a black dial at 31,995. So this is the cheapest black dial Daytona we've seen, I think, so far. And this has the old card, so it's obviously not new. It's pre-owned, as it says in the sticker above as well. But that's not too bad. It's reasonable, definitely. So this is the lower end of the market, but I'm not able to get a year on it. It does have the older card, so we know it's not new, but I still would like to see what year it's from. Now, taking a look at the white dial they've got in stock, this is selling for a much higher premium, 38,000 US dollars. So very close to what we just saw. Now, this is also pre-owned, so pretty much accurate. Oh, it's got the new card as well, so it's fairly new. I wish they would tell me which year it is from, so I could get an accurate reading, but that's not the case here. There's another brand new, well, it seems brand new because you can see the stickers still on it along with the tag, but it's got no box and papers or card. So it seems to be a little less than 38,000, I guess, because it doesn't have the accessories. That kind of makes sense, but still no month and year. Okay, at this rate, this video is never going to end, so I'm going to go through this quicker with Watchfinder & Co. right now. So this is to represent UK. Now already I like the way they've displayed all the watches with the year and the price in the same column. So this is quite useful in sorting through quickly. So £26,000 on the black dial 2017 watch equates to about 37,000 US dollars, and on the white dial £29,000 is 41,000 plus US dollars. And these are 2017 and 2018 pieces, so nothing new, and that's insane. Now on to Pride and Pinion. They've just got this one listed for sale at £25,000, and so that's about 35,000 US dollars, also very high for a pre-owned watch. Next to Chronext, we've got 32,490 euros on this black dial unworn piece. So let's take a look at what year this is. And yeah, 2021, finally something newer, but I wish they would tell us which month, because that would help us get a more exact estimate. This is also extremely high, because 32,490 euros is 39,500 US dollars, probably the highest we've seen. Now onto this pre-owned piece, 29,990. So that's also very high. Now that's really high for a pre-owned piece from 2017. It translates to 36,500 US dollars. Now looking for more Daytonas. Let's find a white dial this time. Yep, 35,900. on this white dial. This is a 2021 watch, thankfully, but still, that's 44,000 US dollars, 43.75. That's a lot of money for a steel Daytona. So you've got to keep in mind that these prices are inclusive of VAT, which is 19% in Germany and I believe 20% in the UK. So the markets are significantly different. US so far has been lower than UK and of course Europe because of VAT. But now taking a look at Chrono 24, you can see that the spread in Chrono 24 is quite accurate. It's not wildly exaggerated. The lower end of the market is quite similar to the lower end of the dealer market in US as well. So that kind of proves the point that Chrono 24 is not that inaccurate. If you take a look at the higher valued Daytonas, you can see up to 42 for this year. So almost 43. So that's quite in line with watch pricing overall in the world. So Chrono 24 is actually quite a good estimate still. Finally, onto the pricing in Hong Kong. We're going to use Ken watches as an example. And I asked Ken what the prices are. And for the May Daytona, the white dial is 270,000 Hong Kong dollars and the black dial is 250,000 Hong Kong dollars. That equates to 35,000 US dollars on the white Daytona, which is pretty much the lowest we've seen thus far. And when it comes to the black dial Daytona, it's 32,000 US dollars. So the black dial is quite close to the American market, but not Europe and UK because of VAT. Clearly, as you can see, Chrono 24 is not as inaccurate as it's painted to be. Of course, it's a little bit higher because everyone knows of their commission of 6.5% and 4% for dealers, which is most likely the case for selling Daytonas. I don't think there are too many private sellers actually going forward selling their Daytonas on Chrono 24. People would rather quickly sell it to a dealer and cash in. But anyhow, that's also possible. Chrono 24 is fairly accurate and its large spread of pricing is indicative of all different markets in the world. Speaking of things across the world, the Standard Time Horology NATO straps have free shipping across the world. So do check them out, have a look at it in the link below. Now for the explanation of why the Rolex Daytona is cheaper in Hong Kong. Firstly, the margins that dealers in Hong Kong are willing to take are lower than that in US and in Europe. Typically you hear margins in US and Europe being between 1,000 and 2,000 US dollars, if not more. But in Hong Kong, it's less than half that in most cases. Additionally, Hong Kong does not have any sales tax. So in US, you have state-dependent sales tax, and in Europe and UK, you have VAT. And VAT is huge at 20%. So this combination overall allows for a lower price, but that hasn't actually always been the case. In fact, just over a month ago in April, the white Daytona was selling in Hong Kong at just a bit over 40,000 US dollars. And that was the peak. Currently, it's less. So currently the Daytonas are in fact cheaper in Hong Kong than in US and Europe. I can't speak for all markets of the world, but these are the major players and this is what I chose to draw a reference to. Now, this depends on when you're watching this video. So take a look at when it was posted and it's indicative of that. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you found this informative or useful in some manner. See you in the next video. Cheers.